Hello, welcome to another English Sparkling with Tweedy video. Today I'm going to be tasting the newest release from Dermot Sugrue from Sugrue South Downs. This is his own label. He's now doing this full-time, I think, having left Whiston a year or two ago now. Has his own winery, and I think he's also managing his own vineyard for the first time, along with wife Anna, also a winemaker. This is a wine I have been enjoying across many vintages over the years. And this comes from a combination of vineyards he uses now. Traditionally it was Storrington Priory and Mount Harry in Sussex. I think Storrington Priory is near the village of Storrington, Mount Harry is not far from Lewes, and there is, I think, at least a third vineyard into the mix now, which is called Cold Harbour. It's 60% Chardonnay, 40% Pinot, I believe. It's a little under 5 years old since the grapes came off the vine. Really quite a mature nose from this. Some of those autolytic characters really come to the fore almost immediately, in quite an elegant, sophisticated way. Biscuity, sort of shortbready, punition, those sort of French, very expensive shortbread biscuits you get from, what's it called, Pollen, French bakery. A backdrop there of citrus, not so much on the apple-y side, maybe tiniest hint of sort of baked apple, but it's more sort of citrusy. Might even be a little hint of some other stone fruits in amongst that, but the main character I get from that on the nose straight away is more autolytic, more biscuity. Then on the palate, very mineral, very precise, wonderful mouthfeel from those tiny bubbles, long finish, still noticing that now. There is definitely zing there. There is always zing in Dermot Sugrue's wines. I would say, if anything, this is a tiny bit mellower than some of the previous vintages. I don't know if that's just because that biscuity character really kind of comes to the fore so much. Lemon drizzle cake, maybe not quite cakey, more biscuity than cakey, I would say. And yet it's absolutely not sweet. It's very dry, really kind of mouth-watering, really nicely balanced. I'm guessing the dosage is kind of on the low side. A bit of that trademark Dermot Sugrue bitterness now. You particularly see that in Sugrue South Downs, sort of complex. You know what I think I like most about the 2019 vintage of Dermot Sugrue's Sugrue South Downs is the lack of those struck match notes. I noticed that had occasionally crept into the previous vintage. I'm not entirely sure if that was even meant to be there. I always get this confused between reduced and reductive winemaking. I think it's not reduced. I don't think it was faulty or bad. I think it's reductive winemaking. So I believe that was a byproduct of a particular winemaking decision to starve the grapes of oxygen, and then you get these sort of slightly volatile sulfur compounds in there as a result, and you get this sort of occasional whiff of match heads, of struck matches. I'm happy to report that is completely absent here. I know that was a bit of a fad for a while. I know some people even like that. Same people perhaps who like Riesling for its petrol-like qualities, but who wants to drink petrol and matches? An arsonist perhaps, but not me. I love this. Everything in here is just a delight. Biscuits, lemon, mineral. It's bitter, it's complex, it's precise, it's zingy, great volume, no rough edges here. I'm very happy to report. So well done, Dermot and Anna. I think this is really fantastic. There you go. That's the stopper that came with it. Very handy for when drinking in the woods, because there is of course always the risk of knocking the bottle over, and I believe now, I'm not going to test it, the wine would stay in the bottle, which is good. Is the sun also in shot there? Maybe not.